Matt, thanks so much for your time. Tell us about the camp that you and your father run.
The camp that we're running is really simple, man. We're just trying to take all the lessons that my father and I have accumulated over these long years of being a part of this game and trying to give back those lessons to the younger generation so they can play and improve the game even further for the next generation beyond them.
The game, the position has changed really so much over the last, you'd probably say 20 years for sure, but even the last 10 years, as we're seeing a lot more, a lot more of these quarterbacks are running on the run, being able to move. It's not so much about size anymore, as we saw in the draft this year. But what are some tips that you're telling these players to prepare for not what the game is now, but maybe what it'll be when it's their turn?
You're absolutely right. I mean, the way that the game is going, it's definitely becoming a little bit more of an art as far as just how to run, throw, and catch. Those are the keys to the game. And those are things that we really want to focus on with the younger kids that we're coaching here at Pope John today, and making sure that they do know how to track the ball properly, how to cut and make the right cuts when it is appropriate, how to run through the catch, how to catch it with two hands, how to keep two hands on the football when we're dropping and moving in the pocket. These are basics that I think are overlooked at a young age nowadays. And I think that's where you see a lot of people who drop off very quickly when they get into the high school and college and eventually into the pros. And that's why I think you see a lot of guys' fundamentals just slowly break down through that part of their career.
Matt, how about the mental aspect? How challenging is it not only to know a playbook cold, but to be able to come to the line of scrimmage, read the defense, and know what to do in terms of audibling or maybe changing the play call?
It is definitely crucial, and it's definitely getting more and more advanced as the game continues to grow and gets a little bit more complicated as far as the X's and O's, and people get more creative. But at the same time, too, that's the reason why we do focus so much on teaching these fundamentals, teaching the basics of the game, because if they understand those core fundamentals to a T, then they'll be able to play and absorb all that other information that much cleaner and that much easier. So they'll be able to take that information and make bigger plays out in the field. I think a lot of younger kids these days, they play a lot of Madden, they go out there, they play in the 7-on-7s, and they think, oh, I know this, I can do this, I can catch it one-handed, but they don't realize that the great players that they're watching, like Antonio Brown and Odell Beckham, all these guys who make these fantastic plays, they do the very little things extremely, extremely well. And you just don't notice it because ESPN only shows like one highlight nowadays, so you can't even tell what they do well.
For more great videos from the MSG 150, check out right there. And remember, our show is on Monday through Thursday, 8 to 10:30 p.m. on MSG Network and MSG Go.